Gripping video that's just gone public has the Pentagon taking a second look at a deadly and controversial U.S. helicopter assault in Iraq that left 9 people dead, including 2 journalists. You saw the video here in the Situation Room this week, but now there are new questions about whether the helicopter crews followed the Pentagon's rules of engagement. CNN's Mohammed Jamjoom is in Baghdad. He's been talking to the family of one of those journalists, but let's begin with our Pentagon correspondent, Barbara Starr. She's here taking a look at this incident, and it's being investigated because it's causing a huge uproar.
Indeed, Wolf. A U.S. military official now tells CNN, quote, "We are looking at this matter in its entirety." U.S. military lawyers are now scrutinizing this 2007 video showing an attack by Apache helicopter gunships in Baghdad, asking themselves if an initial investigation that troops took all appropriate precautions before firing was right. The video was posted on the WikiLeaks website, which specializes in publishing classified documents. The military says it can't find its own copy of the video, and it's not certain all investigators saw this video back in 2007. Retired Brigadier General Mark Kimmett, who served in Iraq, says the new scrutiny may be in part due to public reaction.
When something like this, tape like this, hits the public view, there will be people asking, was everything done that should have been done? I think they'll find out that it was. We are asking our soldiers to make tough decisions in combat when people are shooting at them, people are trying to kill them. They have rules of engagement. Those rules of engagement specifically state under what authority and under what conditions they can use lethal force.
Back then, the insurgency was at its height. That day, U.S. troops were under fire. Helicopters were called in. Suspected insurgents on the ground killed. The pilots and crews repeatedly asked for permission to fire. It might all have ended there, but 2 employees of the Reuters news agency were killed. Then troops shot at a van, which they later found had children inside.
We need to evac this child.
Kimmett points out insurgents have used children as shields against attack.
When something like that happens, that first thing we do after the fact is sit down and review everything the aviators did and the troops on the ground did to make sure that this was not caused by either error, omission, or commission on the part of those troops.
Now, the first investigation found the troops did obey the rules, getting permission to fire. Now, if the Pentagon does more than have just a second look, if they do, in fact, reopen the entire investigation, many military officers say, Wolf, it will be second-guessing troops in combat years after the fact.
But don't they do this? They do that often, don't they?
Well, to go back and reopen something 3 years later after the first findings were that basically the rules were obeyed simply because a piece of video has come out is pretty unusual. But even General Kimmett says, look, if you get new information, you have to look at it again.
This is U.S. gunship video. This video was available to the Pentagon over the past 3 years.
Well, not so clear that anybody saved it after the investigation was done. The U.S. military can't find it right now. They can't find a copy of it. And not clear if it hadn't been posted on the internet, what might have happened, if anything.
Interesting. All right, Barbara, thank you.